Welcome back to Inside Texoma on this Sunday morning. Once again, I'm joined by Jeff Stambaugh from Idea WF, one of the directors. We've been talking a lot about the program as it kicks off a new contest year. So let's talk about some of the important dates that people need to know. I know, first of all, phase one, the orientation session.
Orientation session. So we have one more coming up this week, and then the final one will be the following week, the 11th of November. And so we really encourage people to get to the orientation sessions. I think it'll give you a great jump start. But if you don't, it's not that you can't enter the contest. The first real hard deadline is December the 3rd, and that's when the executive summaries have to be turned into the Lilani Center to actually enter the contest. So you have a lot of time between now and then to work on things. If you want the people, when they come in, they will get the exact dates, but if they want to work with the Small Business Development Center, and I strongly encourage that, they're going to have to get their draft into them in a couple of weeks to give the Small Business Development Center time to turn it around. Their goal is to get it back to you before Thanksgiving so that we can ruin your Thanksgiving holiday and make you stress over your business plan and then actually turn it in the following week.
Okay, and then when do people actually get into the contest part and finding out if they're a winner and whatnot?
And so the judges, we hand it over to the judges, and the judges do the people an important service. So we just had our baby from Kangaroo Design in the previous segment, and I tell people that new ideas are like mamas and their babies. They carry them around and they say, what they want everybody to say is, oh, that's a beautiful baby. and people, entrepreneurs want to do that with their ideas too. Look at my idea and tell me it's a beautiful idea. And it probably isn't all that beautiful, at least early on. And so the feedback that the judges give is hard to accept sometimes, but it's really pivotal to say, well, you may not have the right market, or that price point probably isn't going to work. All sorts of comments like that. So we give the judges 2 weeks to read the executive summaries, to provide their feedback, and then we'll announce the semifinalists before December the 17th on the website so that people can celebrate or commiserate, as whichever the case may be, take the the Christmas holidays off, enjoy, and then right after the first of the year, we crank up on how to write a business plan. Again, we'll have a series of training sessions, just like the orientation session, and then the next turn-in is in early March, where they actually submit the full business plan.
So it is a long process, certainly.
It is. And it doesn't culminate. The final element of it is the finalist pitch to the judges, and this year that's going to happen on April the 28th. And then on April the 29th, there at Midwestern, we'll have the awards luncheon, and that's when we'll let the baby out of or pop the cork, or whatever cliche you want to use to say this is who won the contest, and encourage them to get after it and be a great success.
Absolutely. Now, maybe you don't have a great business idea, but you know somebody that does.
That's right. So if we just think of the ladies that were just on Kangaroo Design, they'd never heard of the contest, but the Small Business Development Center and Hager Communications that were working with her at the time said, boy, you'd be a perfect fit for this contest. So all of our listeners out there may say, I have no interest in doing this whatsoever, but I know somebody. And the strength of this community is to encourage the right people to get involved, because without good entrants, the contest is meaningless. So we're really looking for those people that have what it takes to be a success in business, that have that idea, that are ready to go for it. So you can help us out, you can help them out if you make the introduction to the contest. The website is a great place to learn more about it, and then encourage them to get to an orientation session. It's free.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of times people maybe don't think they have a great idea. Like, oh, I'm not going to do that. Maybe they need a little encouragement from somebody.
Right, and maybe they really don't have a good idea, but they have a tremendous desire, and the judge will give them that piece of feedback that says, have you thought about this? And it will transform from a not a very good idea into a very good idea.
And now let's talk a little bit just about the future. I mean, I imagine this program's just going to keep ramping up every year.
We hope so. And I want to give a shout out, so to speak, to all of the businesses. We have over 40 businesses that contribute to this contest. It survives because the business community supports it. Right now, I hope, in the wrap-up stages of the fundraising mode, and it's not easy for me to call businesses and say, gee, would you donate $1,000 to make this contest go? And the remarkable thing is, I almost never get a no, because they understand how important it is to the economy of growing a new set of businesses to power us into the future. So we hope it gets better. What we really hope is that everybody that participates in the contest, whether they get a prize from us at the end or not, that they're successful. And so that's the real legacy of the contest, is all these businesses around that are thriving that got involved with us somehow in the process.
Have you seen any changes over the 6 years? Any businesses that become more popular over time or anything like that?
Not so much that, but I'll tell you, Melissa, the thing that has surprised me, the first year we had 35 entrants. And then the next year, and that's normal, the first year you would expect a blowout participation. The next year we were in the low 20s, and what surprised me is that's exactly where we've stayed. And the ideas just seem to keep getting better and better. And every year I think, well, this just, this isn't going to be as good as last year. Mm-hmm. There's going to be a fall off in the quality or the quantity. Haven't seen it, so it just keeps going along. And that's exciting to see.
Absolutely. And now there is no limit as to how many businesses can enter the competition this year.
No limit. Just we will neck it down to 15. And the reason for that is just practical. We have limited resources, and the first year we tried to help too many people and probably didn't do as good a job as we could have. So we practically say we realistically can help about 15 write their business plan, and we limit it to that.
Right, so just as the businesses learn, you guys are learning as you go along too, to make sure it is a success for everybody involved. I do want to get some contact information out there. I know you mentioned the website, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, www.ideawf.com. You can call me in my office, 397-4634, although that's probably the least useful contact. You can email me, jeff.stambaugh@mwsu.edu, but really it's easier to go to the website and ask a question, because then it comes straight to my computer and I'll respond to you through that way. So lots of ways to touch us, electronically obviously being the easiest.
And then should they reach out to the Small Business Center as well, maybe if they can't make that orientation session?
Absolutely. The Small Business Development Center is there 24/7, 365, so to speak, to help entrepreneurs. What IdeaWF does is it creates that structure and that process that kind of pushes people along. So if someone says, this contest isn't for me, but I'm still interested, well, by all means, engage with the SBDC and tap into their professional expertise.
All right, absolutely. And again, those orientation sessions are going to be November 5th, 11:30 to 1, and November 11th, 7 to 8:30.
That's right.
Now, just wrap it all up for us. Why do you want people to take part in this competition?
Well, we say it's got 3 benefits. The process, we're all busy. There's never a good time to start a business. And so we put deadlines out there. We make you put a little bit of money into the deal. And so it helps people go. It's human nature. The feedback is invaluable because your friends and family don't want to tell you, it doesn't sound very good. So you need an outsider to say, it doesn't sound very good, but it could sound better if we tried it this way. And then the prizes. So for those lucky 3 teams, that's a pretty $70,000 combined across our 3 winners and prizes is a substantial push in the right direction.
Absolutely. I know News Channel 6 is going to follow this process all the way through until you guys get some new winners. So we certainly look forward to see what comes out of it this year.
Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you so much for being here, and thanks so much to Kangaware Design for sharing their story with us. Again, if you have a great idea or you know somebody that does, just get involved with IdeaWF. They're kicking off a whole new contest.
That's right.
And thanks so much for joining us on Inside Texoma on this Sunday morning. Have a great day.